Hello everyone, I'm just logging on early just to make sure that I can see your comments this time. Let's see. Oh my, you can see how dirty my desk is. Okay. So, yep, I'm just going to wait for a couple minutes for people to join in because I am a little bit early. As you can see, my desk is a mess, and it's because I was thinking about last night and I thought, you know what, I am going to try it another way. This stamp and embossing, not embossing, but stencil set a different way. So I did do that. And yes, I'm going to try to make 2 cards today. So we still have another minute, so I'm just going to tidy up here because my desk is a hot mess. You can see how messed up everything is. Just move these out of the way. So, yep, so I'm going to try to get 2 cards done. Okay, so while I'm waiting for others to join, I'd just like to say thank you for stopping by and either watching this live or watching watching the recorded version of this live. I like paper crafting, and I'm going to try to share a paper crafting video every Sunday and like sometimes during the week. Last week I was working on the binding of a journal, a junk journal. And I was kind of hoping to work through that every Sunday, but it takes a while to get all of the papers ready for the signatures. So I'm still collecting for that. And so I thought, well, in the meantime, I will go ahead and create this card, which was this one here. And I made it not, I played around with these stencils, not only in this color, but you can see I used a blue and a green and purples. I tried several different colors, and it was just a lot of fun. And I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to make a card, and then I can share this on Sunday while I'm still collecting my stuff for the junk journal. So that's what today is. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, if you really like this, then yeah, go ahead and like click that little like button down there, and it'd be great if you could subscribe. I'd love to craft with you every week. That would be wonderful. Let's see, I'm also on Facebook and on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm at Kathy Jo Crafts, and on Facebook, it's just Kathy Jo Wood, and you can find me there. So let's go ahead and start with this project. So the main items I'm using are the Tailored Expressions Butterfly Stamp and Stencil combo. This is gorgeous. I just bought this a couple of weeks ago, fell in love with it, and it was a had to purchase. The stamp is a rubber stamp, so yeah, I'm used to using the clear. The rubber stamp is awesome. That just means that when you use your MISTI, you're going to have to just change the sap a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. Also, what we will be using are pink and an apricot color. I'm using the Pinkfresh peony and apricot to create the butterflies here. For my black ink, I am using the Ranger Archival ink. For the second card, I'm using the Lawn Fawn's pigment pad Yeti, and then I'm embossing it in gold. For the banners, there's a lot of companies that have banners out there. I believe this one is from Crafter's Companion, but like I said, there's a lot of other companies that have them out there. And for the sentiment right there, I'm using the Hello, and this is from Pinkfresh's Butterfly Garden collection. My paper, I'm going to be using the Hammermill. For the white here, I'm using standard black cardstock on this card. And then on this one here, I'm using, I think it's the Spellbinders Indigo maybe. And I'm using ivory-based cardstock. The gems are also from Pinkfresh. They're not gems. They're actually Clear Drops Ice. And I'm using those and a little bit of foam tape. So what would also be helpful is if you had something to clean off your stencils in between. I'm using baby wipes. And then I'm also keeping a cloth nearby just to kind of wipe off my stencils when I'm done. And I see I'm leaning, so let me fix that a little bit. Sorry about this. It always does this. I don't know why it leans after a while. Here, sorry, I will just fix that there. Oh, that's a little bit better. I'm a little crooked, so I'll fix that. Okay, so hopefully that works. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this. What I'm going to do is, just to save a little bit of time, I'm going to stamp the background, the butterfly bodies on each of these. I'm going to stamp it on the white cardstock, and then as that's air drying, I'm going to stamp on the navy blue cardstock here and emboss this. Okay, so I already have my, well, a lot of people have Misty. I have the Hampton Arts platform here. I took because this is a rubber stamp, I took out the foam that's at the bottom here, and I'm placing my stamp in so it's almost at the bottom, but I'm leaving a little bit of clearance around there, just so that when I go to stencil onto my paper, I have a little bit of space to adhere onto my paper, the stencil. So I cut my paper to about 5 1/4 by a little bit over 6. And I will go ahead and, like I said, start with the black body. So if you're in Canada and if you want to know where to get this product, I picked this stamp and stencil set up at my stamping studio in Windsor, Nova Scotia. I'm going to use my Eddie block. I'm going to restamp it right there because its body's a little bit light. There we go. That looks good. Oh, right there too. Ah, beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to set this aside to air dry a little bit. And I'm going to wipe this off. Pat that a little bit. Feeling there's going to be hair all over everything today. My kitten Winnie was very curious today. When oops, no, I'm going with white. She was very curious today, and she kept walking all over my. Oh, that's a short one. Walking all over my desk earlier when I was making the second card, and oh yes, for everywhere. But she is absolutely adorable. And then our dog Baxter came in, and yep, just kind of hung out at my feet while I was playing. It's very cute having them in here. Move that up. Oops. Actually, that's pretty good. Oh, I forgot to use the embossing tool on top of that. Darn it. Well, let's see how this turns out. If it doesn't turn out, I'll just restamp it. Okay, so I'm just using gold on this. The reason why I did white first is because I want to see where I'm stamping, and also I find that the white kind of lightens this gold a little bit. I find this gold is a little darker than, it's not a bright gold. So I really want to lighten it. I tried it with the clear. I just find it's dark. When I tried to take a picture of it, it looked like there was black underneath it, so I didn't like that. Oh, right there. It's actually not too bad. Okay. Please pardon the noise. Okay, that's not too bad. Oh, hi, Christine. Yeah, metallic embossing powder is just, it's just beautiful, especially on the blue. I like the way it looks on there. It looks really good on the reds too. Okay, so that one is done. It's a little warped, but that's why I cut this a little bit larger so that when we put the stencils on, it will it'll tape right to the edges there. Okay, so we have our white with black bodies, and then we have our blue with the gold bodies. So I'm going to start with the white first, so this way you can see the colors easily. So there are 2 stencils in this set. Here, I'll show you on the blue example here. So we've got the light blue and then the green below it. So that's stencil 1, that's stencil 2. So I am going to start with stencil 1. And you can see the writing in the top, would that be top right? Nope, it would be the bottom left corner. So to align this, I don't know if you can see that in there. Let me see. Yeah, you can kind of see it. You can see the little antennae right there. So they have 5 antennae, you know, just like halfway cut into the stencil so that you can line up the bodies with the stamped image. See, so that one's lined up, that one's lined up, that one's lined up. Okay. For this first card, this one, I'm going to start with the apricot, and that goes on the bottom. Now, if you look at this, you'll see that it's a little darker in the middle and it goes lighter out. I just thought that looked really pretty on there, the gradual decrease in color. Now, if you go flat, like on here, then that looks great too. Either way, it looks great, but I wanted to do the gradual on this, so I'm going to do that again. I'll show you how I did that. Okay, so I'm starting with apricot, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this way, perpendicular to the body, and then slowly spread out, and that's on each one of these. Just to kind of focus on the middle and then move out a little bit. Oh, looks like I've got stuff on there. Just 1 second. Try it again. And I'm slowly working out. If you go in a circular motion, go clockwise and counterclockwise, you get the most of the starting in the middle and going out. This way you're not having all your ink collect on one side of your stencil. So my friend Christine, the world's best friend cheerleader, is on right now. And she is the one that was with me when I bought this set. I think I mentioned that we were there. I think I mentioned this a couple weeks ago that my friend and I were there, and that's Christine. And I'm pretty sure we were at the craft store for 2.5 or 3 hours. It was awesome. And yeah, this is one of the goodies that I purchased. So it takes a little bit longer to do it this way, but I think it's worth it. The results are really pretty. It was a fabulous day, Christine. It's always a fabulous day when I have an awesome friend that I get to spend time with. You know, it gets really quiet when you craft. You're like totally concentrating on whatever you're doing. It's very peaceful. So look at that. Oh my. Isn't that pretty? Oh, love that. Okay, so while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and do this one too. Wipe this off really quick. And for this card, I'm not going to use regular ink, like dye ink or anything like that. What I'm going to use is the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide inks. Let me see if I'm lined up there. Let's see, there's body. There's another body there. Body there. Body there. Okay. You know, I'm going to go across top to this bottom because this paper is a little warped after all the heat that I put on it. Okay. So this one, I still want to stick with the orange and the pink. And so dried marigold is really close to the apricot. So you don't have to use the same colors. I just wanted to because I like the color combo. That's a little off there. I don't want to start off on the wrong foot with this. Yep, the bodies line up now. Okay, so with this one, I'm not going to worry about going light to dark. I'm going to go for it. Just put all of this on. You know, usually I don't make 2 cards at once. A lot of times I'm just playing and then I'm only making like 1 card at a time because I'm, you know, just playing around with, you know, whatever it is I have on my desk. But lately I've been making 2 backgrounds at a time or stamping stuff twice at a time or whatever. And I am really liking it. Hopefully that's not off. I saw my stencil move a little bit, but it's not too bad. You can see it right there. But that's okay though. Okay, so next, that's stencil 1. And so now we're going to move on to the pinks. And so the pink that I'm using for the butterflies, for the black body is Peony. That's by Pinkfresh. So again, if you're in Canada and if you're looking to find a place to buy Pinkfresh, I've bought my inks from 3 places in Canada. I've bought them from, here we go. I bought them from my stamping studio, Nick Nook, and Scrapbook Central. So same idea. Make sure those are lined up. Yep. I'm starting in the middle and then working my way out. You don't have to do this. You can just make them one solid color if you want. So I've also done this stencil with apricot, and I used another pink from Pinkfresh. It is Coral Reef. That looks really pretty with the orange too, the peach. Or I mean the apricot. It looks really nice. So if you think that this pink is too dark for what you want, then yeah, try the Coral Reef, because that one's a beautiful color. So when I put on Facebook yesterday, the little post saying that this was going to be the project today, someone mentioned that she had had this stamp and stencil set for a long time, but never even opened it. So yeah, I hope you're using it now, and I hope you're following along and just having a good time and using this beautiful set. It's like you see all this prettiness that's out there, like all the beautiful stamps and dies and stencils and, you know, whatever. There's so many awesome products out there that we can play with, and then, you know, you buy them, you know, you drool over them in a craft store or online, you bring them home, and then I don't know if it's because we're afraid to use them or what it is, but it's yeah, it's nice to pull out all of our goodies and play with them. And if you don't like what you create the first time you play with them, then that's what the recycling bin's for. You do it again. Oh, look at that. Oh my. Isn't that just beautiful? Yeah, I love that. That is pretty, pretty, pretty. Do I have a different brush for each color family? Kinda, yeah. My friend Christine, that's you. You gave me an awesome thing to put my brushes in. You gave it to me a couple of Christmases ago, and it is full with brushes. I try to have one for each color family, and then I use these two, the little brushes with each of the colors on it. So yeah, I do. Remember when they were at the dollar store and you could get them at a great price, the different sizes? I haven't seen them there in a long time. There we go. Look. Okay, so next we are going to do the blue side. And I'm going to need more tape. Let's see. Line this up again. It's hard to do this and not stand up. That's pretty good. Our piece here. Okay, so for the pink on this one, I am going to use the Kitsch Flamingo. And again, I'm not worrying about the fade as I did with the Pinkfresh ink. And this goes on so quick. It's so smooth too. Make sure I got everything here. Get a load of that. Put the tape off. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. I could have gone with black, but I'm glad I went with the navy blue because that is just stunning. Gosh, it's pretty. Okay, so this aside. Okay, so for each of these, I'm going to mount these on a standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these to size. So I'm making it slightly smaller than the base on the black card because I found that when I went too thick that it looked chunky compared to the bodies. I wanted it light and thin like the bodies of the butterfly. But on the ivory cardstock, what I did was I went chunkier because it really makes the two inks and the embossing powder pop more. So yeah, so I'm going to do that. So on this one, since it's a 4 1/2 by 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, I'm barely going to go smaller than that. So first I'm going to even it out. Okay, so, and I think that this is really close to 4 1/2 or 4 1/4 by 5. Yeah, it's really close. By 5 1/2. Yeah, it's really close. So, I really like that butterfly there. I don't want to cut that one off. So I think I'm going to cut from this side. So this is 4 1/4, and I want it thin. So I'm just going to knock it down to about 4 1/8, right around there. And so then on this side, if this is 5 1/2, then I'm going to go down to 5 3/8. Let's see how that looks on the black. Okay, I made this base wrong. this is 5.5. Turn that down a little bit there. Yeah, I'm going to take just a smidgen more. Oh, no, that looks pretty good. Okay, so that'll be that one. So I'm going to trim this up. Okay, so again, I don't want to trim that butterfly. I just really like that butterfly. But I see I kind of messed up there. So this one, I'm doing a wider band. So where'd my ruler go? Oh, there we go. So this one, I might have dropped down 1/4 inch. I did. So we're going to do 4 by 5.25. So this will be 4. 5.25. Trim a little bit off that side. And then I will take the rest from down here. Yeah, looks good. My scraps aside. So I'll mount this for here. And I'm just making a top fold. I like top fold cards. Ooh, we're doing well with time. I thought using 2 different inks and or 2 different types of inks and the embossing would take up a lot of time. But we're doing pretty well. Oops. Okay, I gotta stand up for this. So pretty. Love that. Oh, I do want to show you something though, because I was thinking, oh, I should put a frame around this. And so I went to the Pinkfresh Folk Edge rectangles. I thought, oh, I'll just put a pretty frame around it and, you know, just to really make it pop. And look what happens. It just kind of took away from it. It was like too heavy. And yeah, so I just like the simple frame. It seemed more airy and more lively or energetic. I just really liked it like that. Okay, so next is the ivory. Isn't that nice? Just beautiful. Okay. Make sure I've got my card in the right orientation. Isn't that pretty? That is gorgeous. Okay, so we have our bases done. And so now it's time to determine what we want to put on this card. Like, do we want to put sentiment on it? Do we want to just like what do we want to do? And so again, I tried different things here. I wanted to see what would look best with this card. So I used again another Pinkfresh. I am inverted stitched scallop circles. So I thought, oh, that would look nice, just having it off and to the side, having it like that. But I found that it just kind of took away from the butterflies. And it's so heavy compared to the dainty butterfly bodies that when I originally did it like that, I just didn't like the way it looked. So then that's when I thought I won't have something so intrusive. And so that's when I went with the banner. So I will go ahead and die cut a banner. Okay, I have scrapped white, I do. So when you put the white on, you kind of, well, the white does look nice. But as soon as you put the sentiment on it, like in this case I used hello, as soon as you put that on, you kind of lose it. So that's why I did a gradation of pink to the apricot. So first I started with the apricot. The apricot on, and then I slowly made it lighter as I went up. Then next with the oops, it went a little dark there, but that's okay because I am going to trim that side. Again, you don't have to do this. You can keep it white. I just wanted something to not take away from the butterflies. So I'm going to cut it right around there. I think, yeah. Grab my pen. Cute. I'm a little bit further out on that one, but it's okay. Oh yeah, it's cute. A little butterfly peeking out. I'm going to put it right there. And the next thing is your sentiment. And I used hello here. I tried beautiful, but it looked a little big. Yeah, so again, I didn't want to make it too big there. So that's why I went with the hello. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that. I just heard a huge crash downstairs, which means that kitties or puppy just got into something they weren't supposed to. No, that's not good. And that's why I keep scraps. Smart, I would have just put this on my stamping platform. Okay, one more time. If not, I'm moving to the stamping platform. Look at that. Oh, okay. 6 times is the charm. And I have the little die that goes with it, which which I left on my table. Oh, there we go. It's right here. I'll run this through. Yep, so earlier today when the furries were in the room with me, Baxter obviously wanted some attention. And, well, so did Winnie. So I'm sitting here, you know, just working on the card, the navy blue card. And then Winnie comes by, and she gets in between me and my card. And then she walks over to my side table. She knocked everything down, and then of course Baxter jumped up to grab it. And then the next thing I know, he has broken my my paintbrushes half and took off with it. Little turkey ran downstairs, and yeah, I'm now short one paintbrush. But he had fun, and I guess that's all that matters. Okay, so now I'm going to lift this up with some foam tape. We're almost done with this one. So if you like this card, please feel free to hit the little like button, or either of these cards. Yeah, so this way this video might be able to reach more people, and yeah, and this way too I know what you like to watch on these craft videos. I'm just going to kind of lean that off to the side like that, just to make it look like it's flying, the hello. And see, while that is drying, I'll move on to this one. Now this one I thought I'll just do the same idea and have the pink and the orange below it, but I didn't like the way it looked. That's just me. And so I went ahead and I just gold embossed it on the blue without adding any ink to it, and it looks really nice. So I'm sticking with that method for this one. It's just so pretty. Okay, foam tape. I love how the pop dots come off this so quick. The background, I think this is oops, make sure that's lined up. I think this is the scrapbook adhesives back. Yeah, it's nice to be able to pull those off quickly. Okay, so now we're going to add just a little bit of bling to these, and then the cards will almost be done. So I'm using the Pinkfresh Clear Drops Ice. They have other colors that might look good with this, like you might want to go with the light the orange or a pink to pop around in there, but these were on my desk and I went with this, and it worked out well. Let's see, so I need my little pick. Oh, it's right here. And I'll need something to put this on. Find this ivory. Let's see. I like this little pick. I picked this up at, I picked up my pick at Nick Nook when I was there. Okay, so I'm just gonna copy the same layout to this one. And then this. Yeah, looks good. And then for my adhesive, I'm using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. And there we go. 2 cards in an hour. And they're both beautiful. They're both super fun to make. And the results are totally different. White background, blue background, different inks, and same layout, but 2 different and beautiful cards. Just going to put these away so I don't hit them and stuff get all over the place. Okay, so when I was first playing with the stencils, I messed up on my alignment one time, so I ended up cutting out some of the butterflies that did turn out well, and like on this card here, I went ahead and popped one there. I was thinking about putting some of the stickles or something on there just to make that one pop. I'm not sure. But then on the inside, because I don't know what I'm going to put on the inside yet, but I cut out another one of the butterflies and just put it right there. So it's a great way to use up some butterflies, like if you had them along the edge, if you cut them off, and because I know that there were a lot of scrap pieces when I cut them down. Ooh, get a load of this. So what if I put like this on the inside? Look at that. Okay, that is nice. I might have to do that. I might do that right now. So I want to see how that looks. Yeah, we still have 8 minutes. Does the die come with the set, or did you fussy cut? Oh, I fussy cut the butterflies. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this down here. Make sure that would fit. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so pretty. Yep, I am definitely having that as a band along the bottom. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Love that. And where my tape go? Tape. See, even the smallest scraps can be used to add something beautiful to a card. I know Christine, she loves fussy cutting, and she will use the smallest scraps and make the coolest details on the card by fussy cutting or die cutting those scraps. Let's see. Very good. Oh, how exciting is this? Finding more use for these scraps. Isn't that pretty? Oh gosh, I wish you could see that. Anyway, and don't forget that when you finish your card to sign the back. Quick and easy. We made 2 simple cards, and the results are awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. We'd love to see your thumbs. And yeah, and feel free to subscribe, and I'd be happy to see you guys every week. If you ever have any questions, feel free to leave a comment on this video or message me. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. Yeah, I'm on Instagram at Kathy Jo Crafts. My YouTube, if you're watching on here, it's at Kathy Jo Crafts. On Facebook, it's Kathy Jo Wood. Thank you very much for stopping by. I'm so happy that you joined, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye. Oops, sorry, it's not turning off here.